Hey, Howland Sarge. Another cigar and a good cup of coffee. Let's have a little chat about our shadow government. The government that pretty much hangs out in the basements of Washington. The government that no one sees. The government that has all the power. Our shadow government. You see, our congresspersons, our senators, our vice president, our president, they're figureheads. They are simply mouthpieces. They're the distraction. You have people like Nancy Pelosi who will push to pass this 70 bazillion page bill. And then she'll stand there and say, well, we need to pass it before we'll know what's in it. Why is that? Because it didn't come from D.C. It was never conceived on Capitol Hill, and those bazillions of pages were never printed on Capitol Hill. They were sent to them. They were provided to them. They were handed to them to pass off to the American people by the shadow government. Those people have no idea even what's in those bills. They're told what to do with them, and they do it. If you watch some of your hearings, when you have all your congresspersons or senators sitting up there in their nice fancy little seats with their little microphones, asking questions of the people in front of them, if you notice, there's people sitting behind them. Now, what's the chances that that's a frickin' 40-year-old intern leaning over that senator's back, whispering in their ear? What's the chances that that's a 40-year-old intern passing them notes? I'm not seeing it. What I'm seeing is a handler. I'm seeing the shadow government's ventriloquist with their hand up that senator's ass. I see a person tasked probably with the unfortunate duty of deciding whether or not that senator makes it through the day based on what they say in public. That's what I see. That's what I see. I see the shadow government, again, sitting in the shadows, leaning forward occasionally to put things back on track the way they want it. Now, all the unrest right now in America is no different than it was in Cuba, Libya, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, you name it. All over Africa. CIA operations. They'll put operatives out to attack a group, making it look like the other group did it. And now you've got those groups at odds. And that's just a cover. It's a distraction. It's to keep them fighting with each other so they can't pay attention, or they won't pay attention to what's really going on. That's what I see. I see a shadow government doing to America right now what the CIA and other organizations have been doing in other countries for decades. Think about it. They overthrow these governments, and the CIA places their own leaders in place. Gaddafi, Saddam. You can go down the list. And when they finally decide that they feel that they are in a position that they can push back against them, well, guess what happens? They're taken out. There's another coup. There's a war. They've made threats to America. Come on, guys. The shadow government is in control right now. It has always been in control. But right now they're using their tried and true methods that they've used on other nations here in America, here on us. You're seeing it, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. Our Congresspersons, senators, vice president, and president are nothing but pandas behind the glass at the zoo. That's all they are. The zoo handlers control the climate. The zoo handlers are the shadow government. They are the ones in control. They are the ones causing all the chaos. Now, again, pay attention to your committees. Why is it the same individuals over and over in these committees? Your chairmen are interchangeable, your members are interchangeable, but it's always the same crew of clowns stepping in front of the microphone, doing these 30-second sound bites, trying to make the other side look bad, putting up a token fight, making it appear that they're standing up for the American people, depending on the situation, and nothing changes when they take power. It's the same wheels in motion. It's a dog and pony show. It's a fraud. Capitol Hill is a placebo. When you vote for your congressmen and your senators and it's all a placebo, guys. It's a political placebo. It just makes you feel like you actually have a say in the system, when the system that you think you have a say in is nothing more than a cover. It's a front. It's like any other shell corporation out there. The shadow government right now is fixing to cause some major, serious shit in the streets of America. We haven't seen anything yet. We haven't seen anything yet, but it's coming. And don't forget about that forgotten army. That forgotten army out there, the one I did the video on a while back, the mercenaries who were in places like Iraq, these corporations who were contracting with the American government, they're for sale to the highest bidder. They didn't go away when we left Iraq and Afghanistan. They didn't go away. They're embedded into that shadow government. They're financed by that shadow government, and they work for the highest bidder. And if you don't think that those people won't do to the American people what they did to the people in Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan and everywhere else, you're wrong. For them, it's just another paid gig. Just another payday. That shadow government's still out there. Those guys are primarily Americans who can fit into any community and stir shit. They can go in and do things and make it look like someone else did it. And we're going to start seeing that, guys. We've already seen it, I suspect. If truth was known, we've already seen it. But the shadow government is fixing to get crazy, guys. It's fixing to get crazy. But as always, that's just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. This is Alan Sarge. I'm out.